Ladies and gentlemen, lots to get through. We want to react to Liverpool 1, Crystal Palace 1. We just did the live watch along, so I want to react to that. Some interesting things happened there, so it'll be good to have a quick chat about that. And there's lots of Chelsea news to get through, so let's not waste any time.
All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin.
Welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, we will react to this Liverpool 1, Crystal Palace 1, and then we'll talk about the Chelsea transfer news and just any news-related stuff. Thomas Tuchel apparently will be charged, or is getting investigated for what he said yesterday, so we'll look into all of that. It's mad. The world is mad. First of all, I'm so happy Liverpool has dropped points. Crystal Palace actually played a good game. They knew their limitation. They knew what their strengths are. It was always going to be a counter-attacking game for them. And to a point, they absolutely pulled it off almost to the T. Right at the end, they actually had some good opportunities as well. They waited. They really hung on. Their bodies were everywhere in their box, defending for their lives. Liverpool was throwing the kitchen sink at them in that first half, but luckily enough, they got a nice break. MIZ picked up the ball. MIZ is a very good player, but still needs to just develop a little bit more in terms of releasing the ball quick. I feel like he holds onto the ball far too long, but he releases that ball nicely. Perfect timing for Zaha. And Zaha, what a sensational finish from the left side, opening his body up and hooking that shot past Alisson. There were a couple of other chances for Zaha as well. And I was just saying, first of all, when he scored that goal, I was like, that's clinical finishing there you'll never see at Chelsea Football Club. And then when he missed it, I was saying, he's maybe preparing for Chelsea Football Club now. He'll fit in nicely with those misses. But look, kudos to Crystal Palace. Bad boy Patrick Vieira. They've got some good players there, man. I would love to see Chelsea go for Zaha. Zaha would be a very, very good inclusion for us. I don't see how it happens, though. He's a very important player for Crystal Palace, and right now there's not enough time for Crystal Palace to go out there and buy another important player. 25 million is the touted price because he's in his last season. At the end of this season, he'll be a free agent. So, look, overall, 2 draws for Liverpool. What does it mean? Nunez. Oh, can we talk a little bit about Darwin Nunez? He was not good. He gave me Timo Werner vibes, man. There were 2 chances, proper chances that he scuffed. One came off his shin and the other one, he hit it for 6. And then he ended up getting a red card. And I think Liverpool started playing better without him, which was mad. But watch this space about Darwin Nunez. Klopp wasn't happy how he was just hanging around. I have to say, Joachim Andersen, he knew exactly what he was doing with that red card. He shoved him just to get that reaction. That's the difference between Premier League experience and non-Premier League experience. Andersen knows that he was going to get a reaction. He got that reaction headbutt from Darwin Nunez, and the consequent headbutt led to a red card. Luis Diaz, fantastic, phenomenal screamer. But I have to say, without Sadio Mane, I've been saying this, without Sadio Mane, don't think those goals are just going to materialize out of thin air. Two draws now for Liverpool. They now meet Man United. Man United, I think they'll be both Man United. Obviously, Man United tried their best to not have a 3rd loss in a row to start the season off. And Liverpool on the other side will try their level best to win. So, look, let's see what happens. Yeah, a very, very good match to watch and some interesting points to take away. Okay, let's go through all the Chelsea news. Look, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to have to bear with me. I'm literally just coming up from that watch along, and we're just going to go through the news off the cuff. There is no proper sort of, organization today. Normally I have everything organized. Today you're going to have to bear with me. We're just going to go through the news and it may just be overlapping here and there. Okay, first of all, Thomas Tuchel watched Chelsea in Premier League 2 tonight as they lost 3-0 to Fulham. Ethan Ampadu, Carney Chukwuemeka, Trevoh, Chalobah and Ben Chilwell all started the match for Chelsea. This is probably, I know this is just a practice match. I get it, but how are you losing 3-0 to a Premier League 2 team? Apparently that Fulham team is not obviously that wasn't their first team. It was the Premier League 2 team. It's not a good look that these players are part of a 3-0 drubbing. Like, you'd think at least these players would be able to get a victory for Chelsea. But look, most importantly, it's the fitness, which is the important factor. But the fact that Thomas Tuchel was there as well, I think would have he would not be impressed. But I definitely expect Chukwuemeka to feature in the first team very, very soon. We have issues in the midfield. Conte possibly 3 to 4 weeks out minimum. This is what Thomas Tuchel also sort of gave a bit of indication yesterday, that it looks like a serious hamstring injury. So, and I said it in the watch along yesterday, that you're potentially looking at about 3 to 4 weeks, if not more, and we shouldn't be rushing him back. Kovacic is out as well. So Chukwuemeka, even players like Ampadu in midfield, I think Ampadu is going to leave. There's rumors about Chalobah as well, with all these defenders that's coming through. I'd still keep Chalobah, but yes, his game time will limit. His minutes will reduce. So we'll see what happens with Chalobah's situation. Ben Chilwell for the time, just find your match sharpness back, and he's got proper challenge with Cucurella, no doubts about that. Okay, Todd Bowley and Jonathan Goldstein have joined up with Newcastle owners Saudi PIF in a new investment project, Arash Masoudi, and this is El Khareji. If you guys remember, Saudi Media Group's Mohammed El Khareji, he was one of the guys that was looking for the ownership, the bidding. Just didn't come through. Who tried to buy Chelsea was also at the game yesterday. He actually goes to Chelsea games quite often, but what is this investment? I wonder. I think it might be for stadium redevelopment. That could be it, because Jonathan Goldstein's name is out here. I think it could be the fact the Newcastle owners the Saudi part of it, could be involved in the stadium redevelopment. I can't really imagine what other project they could think of. Breaking. Chelsea have made a second bid for Anthony Gordon, this time £45 million. So initially it was 40, now 45. We are going for this guy. Gordon has indicated to Lampard he would be keen to move to Chelsea, and he wants him to consider Chelsea's new offer. Apparently, he's in London at the moment, Anthony Gordon. So, look, obviously this guy, young player, he'd 100% be interested to join Chelsea, no doubt about that. He's a good player. If you've missed out on my live stream earlier on, less than 12 hours ago, do check that out. Just to be tad over 12 hours ago, do check that out where I talk about Anthony Gordon, how he could be deployed. I think he's going to be used as a right wing back. Our right wing back is really a winger. He's got a lot of pace. He knows how to take his man on. Technically, he's okay as well. And I understand the profile. My only issue is he's an inexperienced player. Like, I know he's had one season in the Premier League, but still inexperienced. I think 4 goals, 2 assists last season. So the talent is there, and it's only going to get better. He's an important player for Everton. So we have to do something for Everton. Everton financially in big mess. So I can understand why they're selling off their bigger assets. Obviously, Richarlison, now Gordon. Gordon's a very important player, as I said. But maybe we can give them Batshuayi, maybe we can give them Ross Barkley, maybe even, for those 2 permanent deals, and then perhaps like a Billy Gilmore on a loan. I know they're looking at Conor Gallagher, Amanda Broha. No way you're getting them. No way you're getting them. Ladies and gentlemen, you let me know how you feel about Anthony Gordon. Some of you guys are not excited. Some of you guys are okay with it. Obviously, Wilfred Zaha would be a great addition, but I don't know whether Palace will entertain this at the moment. Maybe they will, because he's only got 1 season left. For me, Ruben Loftus-Cheek is doing a very good job in that right wing-back spot at the moment. Sky Sports News understands Fofana wants to follow in the footsteps of Didier Drogba, a player with legendary status in Fofana's hometown of Marseille, but playing his football at Stamford Bridge. Completely understand why Fofana wants to leave. His head is gone from Leicester. He's not there. His performance against Gabriel Martinelli was unbelievable, and it looked like it was a bit of a farewell goodbye right at the end when he was clapping off the Leicester fans. Wesley Fofana becoming increasingly frustrated with Leicester. He feels like he's being priced out of a dream move to Chelsea. Look, all the power is with Leicester. Fofana can be frustrated as much as he wants. For 5 years, you're the one who signed that contract extension, my man. Don't be frustrated. Blame yourself. Obviously, now Leicester has all the power. They're going to demand as much as money. There's only 2 more weeks left. Leicester will want a lot of money. Financially, they made a loss last season as well. Yeah, don't be frustrated, man. Chelsea will have to break the bank. It will have to be a world record fee for a defender. And that's what bothers me. I still think Wesley Fofana will be a Chelsea player, and he's probably needed in the middle. Down the track, we're going to lose defenders, so we are setting up for the future. I actually started thinking maybe he might be a RCB, but I'm starting to think it's probably a CCB. And someone who's going to swap with Thiago Silva. Potentially could at times play as an RCB, but I think Reece James will predominantly play as an RCB, which will allow us to be tactically fluid where he could turn into a right back from that RCB position, much like we saw in that Spurs game. Now, look at this madness that's going on with Thomas Tuchel's situation. Premier League chiefs are not entertaining Tuchel's demand that Taylor doesn't referee matches involving Chelsea again. It's mad. Like, this guy makes mistakes, but he gets to continue, being a referee for next weekend. And Thomas Tuchel just says how he feels after being asked that question. It's not like Thomas Tuchel just came out and said it. The journalists have asked him that, and now he's in trouble. It's mad. It's mad. It's what Thomas Tuchel said. He gets banned, and this guy gets to continue on refereeing after his blunders. It's not fair. And why is it too much of an ask for this guy not to officiate any Chelsea games? Why does he consistently officiate our games? And he makes so many mistakes. Chelsea FC will wait for the findings of a new independent panel before deciding whether to lodge a formal complaint about the referee, Anthony Taylor, which is good. I want to gather all the evidence against this brother, present it to the Premier League, and see what they have to say. Premier League, if we were Liverpool, they would have listened to all our demands. But we're not royalties, are we? Or Man United. The new five-person panel will include 3 former players studying controversial decisions from every league match. The panel will send the conclusion to every club in the interest of greater transparency, though it will have no power over future selection. Is what it is, man. Breaking: Thomas Tuchel alongside Conte have been charged with improper conduct by FA. Some people are saying he might get a longer ban. At the moment, it's 1 match, could turn out to be 2 matches plus some fines. Look, it's mad. It really is mad. I can't believe Thomas Tuchel is getting punished for this. I mean, it was a derby. Obviously, it's going to be heated, and fans want to see that. They didn't punch up. They didn't beat each other up. It was just squaring up against each other. There's nothing wrong with that. Why take that away from football, man? That passion. Well, you want everyone to be Klopp and Pep fist pumping each other. Come on, man. Don't take that away, man. And then, putting charges on them, banning them. Ban the referees, man. 13 million bid in for Emerson from West Ham, according to The Athletic. Do it straight away. This guy doesn't have a spot in Chelsea Football Club at the moment. Cucurella is there. He could potentially be LCB. You also have Chilwell, who can obviously will be a left wing back. LCB is also Koulibaly. There's just no spot for Emerson. 13 million, I'd take it every day of the week. West Ham, please come and take your man and go for it. He's all yours. He's all yours. I will accept it. It would be mad if we don't accept it. Chelsea manager Thomas Tuchel has made Aubameyang his top target, with talks expected to intensify this week. This is from Matt Law. Chelsea had informal discussions over making a 40 million bid for Gordon and believe this could be an opportunity to steal a march on clubs making a move for him in the future. Everton value him at over 50 million. That's the other thing about Gordon. I think Thomas Tuchel, we've now seen him quite a few times against us. He scored an equaliser against us last season. And he probably is looking at Gordon as someone, not just for now, but for the future as well. We've been doing that with Chukwuemeka, Gabriel Solina, Omari Hutchinson. We may be even looking at the Inter Milan midfielder, Cesar Caseti, I think. So the focus is not just now, but also the future. In terms of Aubameyang, I think this guy will happen. There's some news from Gerard Romero. I don't know how Gerard Romero knows this. He's been tweaking that, Aubameyang is moving his money from Barcelona to UK back in London. How does Gerard Romero have people's banking transactional details? That's mad. But I think this could possibly happen. It needs to happen. We need goals up front. Sterling needs a bit more help. I'm all up for it. I'm all up for Aubameyang to Chelsea Football Club. Chelsea are close to signing Cesar Casedi. The third bid could be as much as 12 million and aim to complete the deal this week. Look, apparently, he's a sensation. He's an Italian sensation. We'll see what happens. I'm all up for us setting up for future, but are all of these guys going to work out for us? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But you guys let me know what you know about Cesar Casedi. I don't know much about him, but there's a lot of hype about him. Anthony Gordon is in London. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. This could possibly happen. This could possibly happen. And it may also happen, the fact that we may send some of our players over there. So that makes it more plausible as well. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all the total news in terms of Chelsea news, Chelsea transfer news. We've reacted to the Liverpool Crystal Palace 1-1 as well. Let me know how you feel. Let me know how you feel about the Thomas Tuchel situation. It's mad. It's mad, man. The FA going to charge him. He could possibly face more bans. That's madness, man. Meanwhile, Anthony Taylor, Mike Dean, all of those brothers just walk free. Let me know how you feel about Anthony Gordon. Let me know how you feel about the Aubameyang situation as well. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. Smash the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. I shall see you guys for another live tomorrow early on UK time. Until then, see ya.